Welcome to Nostalgia by the Cup. I'm Andrew,
I'm Jess.
the wife, and this is actually our first video together. And we got some pretty good things to cover here. We just got back from Toylanta, and wow, yeah, it was a weekend. We really enjoyed it.
It was a very long weekend.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend, but it was a very long weekend.
Got to meet some really cool people, hang out with some old friends and some new ones. We were actually over there with our friends, Jonathan Wolf, Wolf Den Collectibles, and then Derek McClone with KD's Comics and Collectibles. They're two of the three that run the Gadsden Collector Con. So they were invited over to promote their show, and we're like, hey, y'all guys want to tag along and see a really cool show? And we're like, yeah, because we've never had the opportunity to come over to Toylanta. So.
And it was our first toy con,
yeah,
that was just specifically toys.
Yeah, we've done some video game conventions and some kind of general collector cons like Gadsden that's just got a multitude of items there. But this one, was really focused on specifically vintage and current toys. So
yeah, and I might be a little addicted now.
Yeah, I think she's gotten bit by the bug because, again, we've been to several conventions. We've been to Southeast Game Exchange up in Greenville, South Carolina. We've done Game Jam South. We've set up for a few other gaming conventions and went to several others. But
flip shows.
Yeah, flip
Small
shows,
flip shows.
the TCG shows and stuff like that. But she really enjoyed the toys.
The two people that don't do toys are the ones who got the most toys.
Hint, hint, her and Derek.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't planning on leaving with more than you.
But no, I'm just glad you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you had a good time because Jonathan and I, we were kind of like kids in a candy store.
We kept making the jokes that me and Derek were the men holding the purses for the women while they shop.
While we ran around.
Because they did dawdle a little bit.
And then we ended up not being the ones to buy as much. So
I can't help
there you go.
Offer to buy.
So, what are some of your highlights? What did you really enjoy about Toylanta?
I mean, this is a woman thing, but I really enjoyed that the air conditioning was amazing.
It was. It was nice.
It was nice and cold.
Not hot. It was comfortable, whether you were upstairs or down or in any of the different vendor rooms.
I wore a tank top specifically because I figured it was going to be hot, and then I wasn't cold, but I could have worn a shirt or a t-shirt, so that is usually the only thing I dread about going to conventions is because it's always just hot. And because there's a lot of people in there.
Well, there's a lot of people, and a lot of times the convention centers, they set whatever the AC or the heat is going to be, and you don't have any control over that.
Yeah, I will say that from this side of knowing behind the scenes that don't get too angry if it's hot or if it doesn't get cold enough, and it's because it's not the people running the show usually. The building itself, they set a limit where you can put the AC on and you can't change it.
Yeah.
So
outside of the environment, the air conditioning and everything, what were some of your key takeaways?
I like too much. But I'm more strategic on what I want to buy. Four Horsemen is definitely a rabbit hole I'm diving down in.
Yeah, she's kind of really gotten into not so much, somewhat Mythic Legions, but mostly the Figura Obscura line.
Yeah.
We've got several of those, so she really likes those.
Those are my top. And horror, I would really, is it in Greenville, the Horror Con?
Yeah. Ryan that does Toy Federation. They're doing the Retro Horror Con.
I want to go to that one, and I want to go up to Froggy Flips because I like obscure, weird stuff that you can't normally find, and I do like horror and monsters and stuff. So,
so we're planning to try to get a group together for his next show that Froggy Flips hosts up. So I think we're going to try to go to that and see if we can get a few people to go.
What was your favorite part?
Besides
the people?
The people, of course. That's really always my first that's what I measure, either not just a convention in, but a genre of collecting, is what are the personality types. And the thing that really impressed me, and of course I've known Jonathan and Derek for a while now, and I've gotten to know Mark. Most of you may know him as Bite Size Geek. He is an awesome human being.
Yes.
We met him through the Gadsden Collector Con, and then he was also going over to Toylanta. So we met up with him and some of the group that he's already a part of, with JB's Toy Trunk, Big Dub, Seth. So there's a lot of them there.
Andrew.
Andrew. Easy to remember his name, since it's the same as mine. But got to meet up with a great group of people over there. So and a lot of different personalities. That's the fun thing about this hobby, is that even though people may have wildly varying personalities, it's easy to come together with such common interests. Even if I like Masters of the Universe, and maybe Mark's really big into TMNT and Ninja Turtles and everything. So, but our passion and love for our respected line, it's easy for us to just find common ground. And especially even when there's a variation in the ages, because we range from all bumping 50 or so down to 30, and we enjoy toys.
Yeah, and I enjoy, we've been to different cons, but I do enjoy the atmosphere, and we have a young teenage son.
We do.
And it's nice I don't worry about him.
Yeah.
I'm just go
respectful,
have fun.
For any of you that know Mark, that know JB and the other guys that we were hanging out with, and of course Derek and Jonathan, they're good human beings. They're clean. We all have senses of humor, so
yes.
we're always kind of doing our thing, but everyone is always very respectful depending on who they're around. So I really appreciate that.
It is. It's nice. And again, I don't have to worry about my son. He can just go and have fun, and that's my takeaway from it. When we've done different conventions, and I've enjoyed all of them, but this one's probably been the one I've enjoyed the most.
As far as the convention itself, I think this was the first time it was at this venue and this location.
It's a good venue.
I like the way it was laid out. It was well spaced out.
Very spaced out.
There was plenty of room. The aisles weren't, very narrow, so that even though there were a lot of people there, it still never felt overly crowded. And another thing about the vendor rooms is they were well spaced. There was a good mixture of the vendors that were in each of the upstairs vendor room. And
they didn't double book the same time. Which there's a mixture of all different types of toys, and there was vendors that had 4 Horsemen, but they weren't right next to each other, and that speaks volumes to me. I've been we've done, we've set up, but being an artist and setting up and have run different little markets and stuff like that. It's very annoying when you go to a market or somewhere and it's the same stuff and it's just back to back to back.
So
and
kudos there.
Definitely.
Toylanta they know what they're doing because they've been in this game for 20 plus years. I just hate it took me this long to finally make it over there. And as far as vendors talking, we'll shout out a few vendors too as we go along. Big kudos to our buddy Adam, Bama Freddy. He does dioramas. He was set up upstairs.
Amazing.
And I think by the end of the show, when we were there Saturday, he had sold out probably 75%.
Yeah.
I was like, why wouldn't let me go in? How's it going?
It's going.
What's
How
up?
about you?
I'm busy.
Good.
I started with 71. This is what I got left.
That's awesome. I figured it'd hit you pretty hard.
Yeah, so it's been a success.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Sunday completely sold out. So
Yeah.
And
His stuff is amazing.
He does an excellent job. And
I did not take pictures and videos like I should. I was very overwhelmed.
It was. I think it was overwhelming for both of us because I did have my camera on my chest, so we'll have a good bit of walkthrough video and shots from those. But yeah, again, a learning experience for us.
Looking back next time, we're gonna take our time and make sure we pick up things and show the camera.
Yeah. We'll be a lot more deliberate in what we're trying to show.
Yeah.
So,
but again, it's very. It was fun.
But there was some amazing vendors. That was another thing. There was some really amazing, and fortunately we know a few because a few are located fairly close to us.
Yeah.
Not, of course, Adam with his dioramas, but Seth and JT with Sasquatch.
They're awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I've actually got to go pick an item up later this week from Seth down there, which I'll be filming that. So it's one of my Grail pickups. So you'll see that in a future video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't see JT. He probably. Well, no, he was here earlier. He's probably run to get food or something like that. Anyway, pretty cool set.
I love the man thing up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Mondo.
Yeah, I like that.
Finally made it around here. Seth, you doing okay?
Yeah, brother.
Good to see you, man. And you better watch out. This guy's coming in here too.
Nice. What's up, brother?
But but there's so many second chance toys. The toy department was there. Of course, Ryan and them with Toy Federation. It was just amazing all around. And
some really good artists too.
Oh yeah, and up in the artist alley again, talking about highlights. My highlight was getting to meet Pixel Dan. I've been a Pixel Dan fan since the early Masters of the Universe Classics days when the Maddie Collector Forum was going on, and he was just a fixture there, and then started doing some YouTube videos and everything. So getting to actually meet him, that was awesome, and getting him to sign my book. So again, we'll insert some footage of that somewhere around here.
Sign it up?
No, I wanted to get it.
Oh, you got it, man.
If you didn't care.
I knew it's 12 o'clock. All right, I'm trying to get over to see that. All right, man.
Yeah, man.
It's good seeing you again. Sweet.
Yeah, if you don't care.
Of course. When we're here on the white page?
Oh, do it right here. Do it
on the red page.
Yeah, on the red page.
Let's do the silver marker then. That'll look really good. Do you want it personalized? Or
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Sure. What's your name, man?
Andrew. Good show so far?
It's been amazing. I brought a bunch of books with me and I sold out of them already.
That's awesome.
So that's always
I've had that one for a little
always
while,
a
so
good
I'm
start to
I'm
the
bringing
show.
my copy because when we get here, more than likely he'll already be sold out. So
I'm always blown away by it happening. Like, I never really know what to expect, I've been to a couple shows where I might sell 2 or 3 books, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I never know what to bring. So when I come to these shows and I have 3 boxes of books and they're all gone already. I'm it blows me away, dude.
It's weird because I've been following your videos probably for the last, since the Maddie Collector days.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a long time, man.
That's what got me back into collecting again, is when they started coming out with the Motu Classics line and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now we got it. I'm going to trace over this one here so it's nice.
We're from just a little north of Birmingham, over in Alabama. We live over in that area, and I'm actually here with a couple of buddies, and they're walking around, but they run the Gadsden Collector Con over there, so we've been working with them. So yeah,
awesome, man. Yeah. Very cool.
But our first shot to come over here. So
I don't want to close this yet. I would probably let that air dry just a little bit, but it won't take too long.
And I got this. My wife wanted me to give you this.
Oh,
she does. She's an artist, so it's a Skeletor Mad Ball.
It's a Mad Ball. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish that was a real thing. I wish they would do dude. Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Oh, it's great meeting you guys.
We'll be around.
What's your name?
My name's Jess.
My name's Jess.
Jess, thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having the book.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. Enjoy the.
So, do you want to talk about what we got?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you start. Wow. Well, how about this? You pick up the thing that you think was your favorite pickup. And I know that's putting you on the spot, but what was your favorite pickup?
My favorite pickup probably was the Mad Ball. And I'm terrible with names. That's why I'm looking at my phone.
It's okay.
The Mad Ball splitting headache action figure.
Yeah. The Mad Ball, they're by Premium DNA.
Yes.
Those are really cool.
He is just amazing. I love Mad Balls. I'd never had them as a kid. I really didn't know about them until we started watching toy content. But he comes with so many different things. He comes with a skateboard, different hands, a crowbar with a brain on it. I mean, he is just awesome and colorful.
A lot of cool stuff.
So that one's probably my favorite. I'm looking forward to getting more. There's a few that I want. I think you just ordered the pumpkin one, didn't you?
I did. I ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store. Thankfully, they still had it in stock. So
then the other one is My Pet Monster Hornhead edition. I want to get that one, and then the other one is the werewolf one. It's not werewolf, but it looks like a werewolf.
Yeah, it does.
But it's pre-ordered. I'm planning on continuing. I probably will end up getting some Mad Balls, but I probably will primarily get these just because I like how they stand, and they're gonna look cool on a shelf. I just like them. They're really awesome.
They're really cool, and they're just a little bit more detailed than the traditional Mad Balls. And I have a feeling that she's probably going to start collecting some original Mad Balls and Weird Ball stuff too.
Yeah.
But it's going to be on an as we find it basis.
Yeah.
So.
I saw they had some. There was one case that had some really cool ones, but again, they were pricey, and I'm just it takes a lot for me to jump and buy.
We're in the process of redoing our computer room where we're filming here now. I've been working on my figure display behind us and my video game display also that's adjacent to it. And then she's got her bookshelf and shelving that she's working on in the living room, and then we've got some more behind the camera here that we've got to get put up. So she wants to really get that situated before she buys a whole lot more, because she says she's not much of a toy person, but she's got a lot of toys.
I don't have a lot of toys.
You've got more than you realized.
I got not.
Okay. So I'm going to do my favorite pickup was actually twofold. It was two of the Master of the Universe classics that I had been looking for. It's Ular and then the Green Goddess. And the reason I wanted these is I started with Master of the Universe when the mini comics were the lore for He-Man and everyone in that universe, not the Filmation TV series. So for those of you that are familiar with the original mini comics that came, the story started as He-Man was a barbarian, left his clan and his tribe to go looking for adventure, and he runs across the Green Goddess, and he helps her out, saves her, and she's the one that actually gives him his armor, his battle axe, and his shield. No Sword of Power at this point in time. There's a whole different lore regarding the two halves of the Sword of Power. So it kind of foreshadowing the grail that I'm going to be collecting from Seth down at Sasquatch Toys is I'm going to kind of recreate in my setup that lore, Ular or Barbarian He-Man and the Green Goddess getting his weapons and the initial trek to Castle Grayskull. So,
because he just got the big book.
Yeah, I've been going back through all my. Of course, I've still got a lot of my original vintage mini comics, but I did get the collection so I can just read them all in one, and I don't have to worry about damaging my mini comics. So those were like two of my key pickups because I've been looking for them, and you can get them on eBay. I really just didn't want to get them from eBay. I prefer to buy from local vendors or vendors that I meet
if we can,
when we go to these shows. Yeah.
That's
I was really happy to be able to pick both of these up from Triple C Toys and Collectibles. They're up in Sevierville, Tennessee. They had some amazing stuff there. So we're going to be paying their store up there a visit.
And I didn't say I got the Mad Ball from Second Chance Toys.
Yeah, Second Chance over in Marietta. That's great group of guys.
Yeah, that's where I got that one.
Pops and yeah, they're great there.
Okay. Next, I didn't get. I mean, I got it at the convention, but I didn't get it. This
was a favor of Mark. He grabbed this for me because she's been looking for this, and none of our Targets around here had it.
No, it's Sam from Trick or Treat, and it's a Ben Cooper. Sam is my favorite.
Yeah. Trick or Treat, that storyline. She
Yeah,
loves it.
we'll go down that storyline one day, but
Yeah, it'll be a separate video.
Yeah, but Sam from Trick or Treat and Michael Myers is like very special and dear to us. So anything Sam related, especially because it's more popular now than it was.
It's one of those that it was released, and those of us that were in horror at the time really got it, and then now it's becoming more and more of a cult classic.
I'll talk about that movie all day long because it's just so good. But he got that for me, and I'm just very appreciative.
Yeah, thanks again, Mark.
Yes,
I appreciate you, bud.
His Target's so much better.
Yes.
What did you got?
Next, another Master of the Universe. I've been picking up the Origins cartoon collection, and this was one that somehow I missed. Our Walmart and our local stores never got him in, so I was able to pick up Beast Man in his cartoon collection version, so at a great price. Most places he's a $45, $50 figure and $20, so I could not argue with that.
The next one, I equally like both of these, but I'll go ahead and do the Four Horsemen. We got the Ghost of Christmas Pratt. Oh my gosh, I can't talk.
No, we got Father Christmas.
No.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were talking about before. Sorry, my bad.
No, I just said gross instead of ghost.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. You can leave that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't talk.
Sorry. Again, this is just how we are.
I cannot speak clearly, so you just will have to deal. But no, I got the Ghost of Christmas Past. There's two versions of her, but I like this one the best. Let's see. Yeah, there we go, if it won't glare too much. But she is just beautiful, and I'm hoping since this is Christmas Past, and what's the other one they have? I'm sorry, I'm turning the mic.
That goes to Christmas Past. They're supposed to be they've got Jacob Marley out.
That's Jacob Marley. So I'm hoping they'll have future and present coming out soon, so I can add them for my Christmas collection, because we do have Father Christmas, the green one, and I think she and him would look really good together.
Yeah,
but yeah, we started collecting these
last year.
We got. The first one was the
Headless Horseman.
Headless Horseman, and he is amazing. So, but yeah, I'm very happy about her. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. My next, which I feel is a cool little pickup.
I love this.
Derek and I both grabbed one of these because the vendor that was there, they had two of them. But it's the Monster in My Pocket Wrestlers. And I don't know how well you can see that because I haven't taken it out of the wrapping that it was in. But yeah, these are just cool. Anything related to Monster in My Pocket, I really love. So the fact that these were still sealed and on the card, I couldn't pass these up. And Derek and I, we got a great deal on these. So yeah, I really thought they were cool.
They were excited.
Yeah.
I think that's when it bit Derek.
That's when Derek really
it bit Derek, and he just can't help himself. Because he got more after we left.
He did, yeah.
So
yeah, when he posted up his haul pictures on our group page, and I was like, yeah, you're a toy man now.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one, I went back upstairs to get something that was gone.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that on our misses.
We will. So he was like, well, what do you want instead? And these have a very special place in my heart. I'm very sentimental. My mom is still a huge Beatles fan, which I am too. But my son, when he was a baby, he would go to sleep to either Winnie the Pooh, or he would go to sleep with the Beatles' Yellow Submarine movie. I know, I'm weird, but he loved the music and he loved the colors. So when I saw these, I didn't even know they were out. Like, I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, and these have been out for a while, because I think they're, 2000?
It was 2000.
2000, yeah.
Yep.
2000.
So, but yeah, so I got all four. So I have all four of them, and I love them. They're cool. And they come with all different little monsters with them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got each representation. So you got George, you got Ringo,
Paul.
You got Peter and Paul, and each one have their own accessory figure.
Peter?
Did I say Peter?
You said Peter.
I meant John.
Yeah. John, George, Ringo.
I don't know where Peter
Paul.
came from. Yeah.
Peter and Paul. You're thinking the Bible?
I don't know.
But yeah, I love him. This one's probably one of my favorites though.
Yeah.
He's just too cool. But yeah, I love him. So I got these and it was a really good deal with the guy up. And I'm sorry if that just totally rubbed against the mic. I'm trying not to. But it was a guy upstairs that we talked to, and he actually dealt with our son. He bought a bunch of Pokemon cards from him, which I'm very thankful for because he was excited about that. But yeah, that was pretty much everything I got. The only other thing I got is just really something small, but it's a little Fisher Price Imaginext Frankenstein. And I just saw it and I knew it looked familiar. I think my son used to collect these when he was little, but I didn't know they had Monster. So
yep.
I just thought
he was pretty cool.
I thought he was cool. I thought he was
just a
kind of
cute little fig that you can put on your desk or on the shelf or whatever.
I resisted to not get any Frankenstein stuff.
Yeah, you did.
Because I have a lot already and I don't know where I'm putting it all. So I just did not buy anything.
And she did pick me up one of these Minikins. It's Nat the Nerd from Garbage Pail Kids. For those of you that know, you know. So that I'm gonna put that on my desk. Probably carry it to work with me. But yeah, the last pickup I had, because there were so many amazing artists there, I wanted to get something, and it was really tough trying to figure out who and what. But there was one of the artists there, and he had this, and the reason that I got this is because he also had this. So I got both. I'm going to get these framed.
He's really good.
I'm going to get these framed and hung up on my wall back here beside my display. But yeah, no.
He's really good. He was very impressive. They were all impressive. There was a lady up there, and I kind of kicked myself for not getting a painting from her. But she had some really pretty Lord of the Rings stuff that I liked. But again, just so much.
Yeah, it was like I said, almost overwhelming because we were only there for one day, and my goodness, and there was stuff because we got to see several of our friends that were there Friday for the preview day. So many things that were already gone before we got there Saturday morning.
Yeah,
and I wish that we would have had, an opportunity to see some of those and pick up some of those things. But
you're gonna try looking.
Yeah, I wanted to look him up because I wanted to give him a shout out. So I want to pull him back up.
Let's see if we can find him. If not, I'll try to find his information and link it in the description of the video because he was really cool. And like I said, the lady that did Lord of the Rings, her prints were amazing. They were beautiful and very reasonably priced too.
Mrs., what are some things that you saw that you wished you would have picked up that you missed out on?
Really just two. When we first got there, we went to one room upstairs. Like the first room we went to was this vendor had amazing stuff. He had some really cool vintage Frankensteins, and I loved it. But he had a Bump in the Night figure, Mr. Bumpy.
Yeah, Mr. Bumpy.
And he had a great price on him. I didn't realize how good until I looked it up later to see if I can find one. But I wanted to look around because it was the first room we went into, and I'm always hesitant about buying stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went back and it was gone.
Yeah.
I was.
So if you see something unique or you haven't seen before and you want to pick it up, buy it.
Just buy it, especially if it didn't cost much. Then it didn't. And then they had a dancing Frankenstein downstairs. And again, I went back and it was gone.
It was gone.
Because I was just thinking and I kept thinking. And so just get, if you want something, just grab it. Don't wait, especially if it's something unique. And that was probably the biggest thing was when we went into the first room, I didn't realize how unique that was until that was the only one there.
Yep.
I never saw it.
and we'll find it. So don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about it, but
Thankfully, I only had one real miss, and it actually was from the same vendor that we got the Beatles and Yellow Submarine figures from. But he had a bunch of Masters of the Universe classics, and he had Drago Man, and he's a dragon character that was created.
he's cool.
And he was another. He's actually a Four Horseman design because they were doing a lot of the designs for the characters during that time, and it was before the Mythic Legions, so you can really see that influence. But yeah, I looked at him, and another one I'm thinking about coming back in and doing a bundle deal, but by the time we got back up there, Drago Man was gone, and oh well. So, again, if you see something you want, go ahead and grab it.
Just buy it. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, do you have any other things about the event that you want to touch on?
No, just that we're going next year.
Yeah, we're definitely going. We're going to do the entire weekend.
We're doing.
All right, so
We
we do have some other shows that we're definitely going to try to hit.
yes, we were going to go do Toylanta, but I have an event that weekend,
Yeah.
so we won't be able to make that one. But we have one in August that we're going to try to hit, and then of course we have Gadsden Con.
Yes, I'll go ahead and give them a big plug. There you go. The show is July the 26th at the venue in Gadsden. So if you're anywhere around the area, it is an amazing show. You can go back and look at Bite Size Geek and
Yes.
Arkansas Picker,
Yes.
Matt, Retro Wolf on YouTube. Check out all their shows. Even RNG Gamer, Jamie, he's got an excellent gaming channel. They did coverage and were guests at the show this past February, and they all had glowing reviews. It's just a great mixture of vendors, toys, video games, just all kinds of different collectibles,
Cards.
TCG, I mean, comic books, you name it, it's there. And we have the entire facility that's going to be open.
It's going to be a lot.
So,
We will be there. We'll be set up.
We will.
He will be managing the booth.
yep.
I will be running around, my head cut
Yeah,
off.
she always helps out with the convention, and then I run our booth with our son. He does his Pokemon stuff. So that's one of the shows that's on the horizon. And then Derek and I will also be set up in Huntsville at
For
Rocket
Rocket
City.
City.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rocket City. It's in September. So we'll be talking about that show later too. But we're also going to hit some of the bigger name shows around. We talked about IshCon and a few other shows up in Kentucky, and again talking about going up,
Yes.
getting a crew together, going up, seeing Froggy Flips. But yeah, so we've got a lot. We'll be covering any and all of these that we go to.
And when we just go to flea markets
Yeah.
and other yard sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, anything like that. We're going to try to document any cool finds that we have, and of course, we'll be putting them on here.
We're going to have a video out, kind of do our intro on Introduce Us.
Yeah.
And we were trying to do that before this video, but the stars didn't align,
Yeah.
and it's going to be pushed back. But we will do that, and then kind of tell you what this channel is going to be mainly focused on and stuff.
Yeah. So-
But yeah, I think that's it.
That's it? Okay. Well, again, if you, before I go too far, we are going to splice in here, probably in and amongst some of the stuff that we've already talked about. But then I'll also just drop in here some footage of us walking around, some of the different vendors and everything. So, take a look through that once it's done. What?
What we didn't talk about,
What?
the biggest thing.
Oh, my goodness.
The
Okay.
biggest thing.
We'll have to cut this in. But
Yeah.
the biggest
That we
thing at the show, the main reasons that we went to the show was what, sweetie?
the dragon.
Yes, Beathir, the Mythic Legion's dragon.
And
We
he's
wanted
beautiful.
to see it in person,
And I'm
and
so
we will have
excited.
footage roll either while we're talking or splice it in here. We'll pause a second.
And look, you can have different coins to add. Is this
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, you can take these parts out.
Yeah, but you
It's
don't have
gorgeous. Yeah, but you don't have to get purple. You use black, red.
But you want to do it with.
Okay, is that not awesome?
He's beautiful.
So yeah, he will be finding a permanent home here upon release.
Yes.
So yeah, it was amazing.
And we will film unboxing and everything.
Oh yeah, there'll be you'll probably be swarmed and swamped by unboxing videos of the dragon on there. But yeah, we will be doing one also when it is released. So.
But he, excuse me, he is amazing.
Yeah,
and
huge.
like the videos and the pictures do not do him justice.
No, it's gorgeous.
I mean, he is. Yeah. He's worth every penny.
And even depending on what night I get this video out and uploaded, you know, the pre-orders may be past. So if you missed out, you shouldn't have been sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm probably more excited about him than anything.
She is.
Maybe just a little bit. So. I might have been planning this whole week on where I'm putting.
Yeah, I told her we've got at least a year, maybe a year and a half before we got to worry about where we're actually going to put it. So plenty of time.
He's going to be a centerpiece.
So, okay.
But yeah, that was it. Sorry. I totally missed
Okay, so back to, if you enjoyed any of this video at all, please, subscribe, like, follow us. We've got a Facebook page, where we're going to be posting information and talking about our collections and everything. And any of the unique places that we visit too. Even if we're not doing videos, we will be posting up in that page what we're doing. So.
Yeah, and just to give a summary what we do and why is we like coffee and we like collecting things. So if you like those things,
yes,
then you probably like, because we will start doing coffee reviews also because we hit up every coffee shop. Because we hit a coffee shop while we were in Georgia, and it was amazing.
More than one, yeah.
More than one, but so definitely.
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Thank you for hanging in here. I really hope you enjoyed this video because we enjoyed making it. We enjoyed the trip. We enjoyed all the amazing company and people that we got to meet over there. So just hang in with us, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.